Well, Happy New Year. We stand on the threshold of 2022, and there is much to anticipate and look forward to as we live into all that God has for us as a community of faith this year. But before we rush headlong into the new year, it is wise, I think, always to pause and look back briefly for the ways that we've seen God's hand at work in the year that has passed. So we did this as an exercise yesterday in our staff team meeting about where have we been effective, faithful, what do we have to celebrate about 2021, and in the midst of a global pandemic in a season that has been incredibly hard for the world. Here are 8 things that we have named collectively that we think are worth celebrating. So pause and think back with me to these things. 1, Livestream upgrades. Last year we had 1 stationary camera. This year, because of your generosity, we have enhanced that and our capabilities to bring live stream to people wherever they may be has been enhanced. So Livestream upgrade. 2nd, open air worship. Though we launched in November of 2020, we moved from good to great and made it possible for 100 people to gather weekly for worship who otherwise would not have been able to see each other, even if it was from a safe distance in our parking lot. We offered open air worship, God's Cathedral, and we offered sanctuary worship. But the fact that we could do both on every given Sunday for 7 months is worth celebrating. The 3rd thing that we added is a new staff team member, the Director of Connections. So Allison Davidson joined our team July 1 and is doing the hard work and meaningful work of connecting us, both externally and internally, and then to each other, which is the 4th thing to name, the launch of congregational care teams. There are people now who routinely touch personally 40 people in our congregation. And so those who are homebound or whose life circumstances keep their world a little smaller, who are recovering from surgery, who are going through treatment, there is a cadre of people on our congregational care team that are making personal touches, about 40 routinely here to our members. That's worth celebrating. Additionally, the birth of Better Together at Bethel. Bethel, since my knowledge of this great community, has long opened its arms to all people, welcomes all people, loves all people. But this year, in an intentional way, Better Together at Bethel was born to say, in the midst of conversations, particularly in our denomination, about LGBTQ plus people, they have gathered to make a concerted, we welcome you particularly, not generally. That also includes the wide reach of other marginalized in a climate of racial divide, and the work of racial reconciliation is part of the work of the church. And so through Better Together, we are trying to welcome in all who might find themselves marginalized by any means. So I celebrate that. The 6th thing that you have seen in the month of December, if you've been on our campus, is new signage. It looks great. And there's been a team that has been working on this for at least 2.5 years. And in December, that signage was put in place internally, externally, beautiful. We didn't have it this time last year, and it's worth celebrating. It's a real enhancement to our ministry. 7, increased participation. Even at a time where people are having to be cautious to some degree or another, particularly our children and youth, we have watched them return and lead. We have watched them return to Vacation Bible School, to confirmation. Sing We Now welcomed in the music ministries and gave a gift to the community and the Charleston community through their musical offering. And then through the children's ministry and their pageant on a 9 o'clock Sunday morning, and then through Tableau on Christmas Eve. Our children and choirs and youth are leading us, and our participation is strong. We celebrate that. And then last but not least, number 8, generosity. On Christmas Eve, we targeted our gifts to go to UMCOR, United Methodist Committee on Relief. And through your generosity, $7,000+ has left our sanctuary to care for others in need who have been touched by the recent tornadoes. And so we can celebrate the generosity in the hearts of Bethel members and friends. And culminating as the year came to an end and you gave your gifts of generosity to the mission and ministry of Bethel, not only did we meet our budget, but we ended up $73,000 over budget, which fuels our ministry for the coming year. So these 8 things: Livestream Upgrade, open air worship, new staff position, director of connections, congregational care teams touching 40 people routinely, the birth of Better Together, our new signage, increased participation, generosity. In a year that was unlike any other, Bethel did these things. By the grace of God, we were able to do these things that continue to deepen and expand the reach of the good news of what God is doing in Jesus. And through you, Bethel United Methodist Church at the corner of Pitt and Calhoun, now in its 225th year, continues to shine the light of love and hope across our city and around the world. Thank you. I look forward to all that we will do together as God leads us in the year of our Lord 2022, as we mark Bethel's 225th anniversary. I'll see you on Sunday. God bless you.